Boys, welcome back. Today I'm going to tell you the story about how this one time when we all had an edible and we thought that it was weed, but it was not goddamn weed, okay? Strap yourselves in. This one gets a bit fucking hectic, okay? For the record, everything said on this channel is satire and cannot be brought up against me later. Before we start as well, do not try this shit at home, right? Best way to do it, you want to smoke some shit? You want to eat some fucking edibles? Go to Amsterdam. Do it from a reputable source. Don't order shit or buy shit from some random guy that you never fucking met. It does not end well. I would also like to disclaim right at the start that everybody in the situation is completely fine. And just loving life now. But we have to look back on these things and realize how fucking stupid we are, right? So that's exactly what we're doing today. Listen here. I'm not fucking Mr. OG 420, alright? That's just not me whatsoever. In fact, weed fucks me up real bad. Super bad. Every time I ever smoke it, it's enjoyable when I actually do, but then after the fact, I get super fucked up and like spaced out for like a month at a time. It's just not for me. It's not for everybody. It's definitely not for me. I prefer cigarettes. That's it. We smoke cigarettes. We smoke cigars like a fucking Chad, okay? Nothing against you guys that smoke a bunch of weed. I got friends that do it. It's just not me, right? Back when I was cool. Or when I used to smoke weed a couple years back, a couple of the boys were real excited because they were going to make this weed brownie. And me personally, I was all about the idea. I was just starting a new job. I thought this would be cool, you know, it's sort of a celebration. We're going to go around, we're going to have some food, right? Our friend had just invested in a smoker and he wanted us to all come round and try some of the smoked meat. And one of my friends, a couple of my friends were like, oh yeah, we're going to make this fucking, this edible brownie. We're going to come round and we can enjoy it with the smoked meats, okay? Sounds like a fucking party. I'm all in. But anyway, leading up, the day of, I get up. This was like a Saturday, I think it was, if I remember off the top of my head. We go. I'm not involved in any of this, by the way. Literally, I had nothing to bring to this party. I was like, I'm gonna make some fries, okay? That's it. I make some pretty good home fries. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna make some chips, right? For all you Americans, they're chips, not fries. Fries are skinny. These were some nice, chunky chips, alright? Lovely. Absolute specialty. Salt and vinegar, white seasoning all over it. You know the ones. Fucking banging. That's my specialty. My friends are getting the things together. They go, they meet fucking this guy. He gives them a little baggie of keef. For later on in the story, I'm going to give you some names. So the two friends that were making the brownie, those guys were called, let's call them Wojak and Cossack, okay? Wojak and Cossack were making the brownie. The guy with the smoker, he is Luigi, okay? So we got Luigi, Wojak, Cossack. That's it. Hilarious that I've called them Wojak and Cossack, by the way, because they watch this shit and nobody wants to be the fucking Wojak. So they can decide between themselves. Two guys get this little baggie of keef off this guy that they'd never met before. Now, this is the first fucking red flag before we carry on. Their normal guy that they would go see for things like this, for fucking weed and stuff like that, is out of town. The one guy that they can find is some guy that they just met who said that he'd sort them out for some shit that they'd never bought before, a little baggie of keef. Great idea. Let's just go buy off this guy we've never met. Would not be my first idea, I can't lie. But then again, I wasn't involved in making it, so fuck it, you know. Wojak and Cossack, they go get this shit. They start baking in the kitchen, you know. Big cook, little cook, they get the fucking aprons out. They start cooking this cake, right? Before they start making it, they're showing me how they're making it, and they go, "Oh, we got a little chart, because essentially what you have to do is mix the shit that they bought in with some butter, and then it will come out a different color once it's cooked. And depending on the color of what they're cooking depends on the potency. So this is some fucking magician shit by the sound of it. I don't know. All I know is they showed me the chart when they were cooking this shit up, and there was like very, very pasty, like vomit green to all the way down to like horrible dark green, you know what I mean? Like Enter the Matrix levels of fucking green. They show this shit to me and I'm like, boys, either of you mind telling me why what you've made is black, fucking Vanta black butter? What does that mean? Because that's not even a fucking option. They're like, no, it just means it's strong, it'll be fine. But real blasé about it, these two. But no, we've now got fucking midnight butter to put into this thing, and they start making it all blasé. Oh well, who cares, it'll be fucking fine, you know. Shit that your friends tell you before you get hella fucked up. And that we did, okay? So we go round my friends, round Luigi's, right, and we're all chilling, and we've got the The Brazilian music playing, you know, we're all jamming out to a bit of Mash que nada, you know, all lovely. These motherfuckers decide to get the cake out, and supposedly with these things, if it's not cooked properly, it's not actually going to perform to its highest degree, right? At least that's how I understand it. But again, like I said, I'm fucking illiterate with these things. I know nothing. I'm sure fucking Kush God 420 in the fucking comments will tell me that I'm wrong. Go ahead, I don't fucking know. Supposedly, if you don't cook these things properly, you don't get the full effect. We opened this fucking little tinfoil, right? I'd just been stood in the kitchen making my chips up all nice, you know. The pork comes off the smoker and it's fucking banging, you know what I mean? We're loving life. Time to unveil the fucking day's work. The brownie, they unveil it. This shit was so fucking raw, right? Unbelievably fucking raw. It's like how a cake should be domed and like nice and spongy. This shit was like, it started to dome at the edge and then it just sunk in the middle like a lava cake, right? And it was fucking like batter. So I was like, look, I'm starting a new job tomorrow. I don't really want any. I'm not that invested, and I don't do this type of shit normally, so let's not. And the boys, the gods of the voice of fucking reason comes out of Wojak and Cossack. Nah, you'll be alright. Try a little bit. And then even fucking Luigi's chiming in, going, oh, I think you should try a little bit. Great, okay. All the boys want me to. Fuck it. I'll have just like a teaspoon. Fuck it. You know, it might have been a tablespoonful, but it was fuck all. Comparison to this massive brownie cake. So I try a little bit, get it on my spoon, give it a little nice. And we're all stood around again. Brazilian music blaring. We've all had a little bit of fucking shit to eat. All enjoying, loving life. We all start to feel a little bit waved. Slowly, you can see that everybody's getting uneasy. And fucking Wojak and Cossack smoke this shit all the time. And they're like, oh, this is bad. This is not good. This is bad, this. Fucking Luigi, trying to be macho man, decides that he's gonna hit the classic, the absolute classic of shit not to do when fucking around with this kind of thing. We're like 20 minutes deep, getting towards the half an hour mark. Everybody's feeling sort of fucked up, and we're slowly going downhill. And Luigi decides to grab another spoon and go, oh, boys, this edible ain't a shit. Fucking nails, big fucking spoonful. And everybody just sort of looked at him like, you fucked up. That was a terrible, why the fuck did you do that? Awful idea. Again, my tolerance isn't going to be so high because I don't really fuck with it. We're going downhill. We go inside. We move to the sofa because we just need to plant ourselves somewhere and experience, just get through this shit together, you know what I mean? Luigi's pacing backwards and forwards, getting all fucking paranoid. We're all a bit paranoid, by the way. Everybody's a bit fucked up. Even the seasoned veterans of the situation are fucked up in this. Luigi's pacing and he goes, oh, boys, I think I'm going to do the old trick. To try and sort himself out. So we go to the bathroom, we just hear retching, and I think he's like trying to make himself throw up so that the brownie don't hit. Listen, man, this was way too fucking long after the fact. This man has half a fucking brownie in his system. God knows how much shit was in this brownie. It was lighting us the fuck up. I'm a big guy, right? I'm like 220 pounds, 6'1". That's a fucking big dude, right? This shit was eating me alive. The plan was to eat the brownie was eating me. Wojak Cossack, pretty big. The smallest motherfucker in this situation has decided to go double down, double dick deep on the fucking brownie. Terrible behavior. And now he's paranoid. And you know what? I don't blame him, because honestly, I bet he felt like his soul was leaving his goddamn body. Because I did. And I didn't have half as much. Poor bastard, right? So he's gone, he's fucking vomit, and you'd think, right, even though we're pretty deep into this situation now, that we would be better. Somehow, getting rid of it out of your system, it did not fucking help. I don't know whether it was just the queasiness of making yourself vomit that maybe worsened things, but this man was fucked up, right? So much so, he was sitting on his sofa, giving everybody the bombastic side-eye, you know what I mean? Just side-eyeing everybody, and we were like, what the fuck's going on? And I'm fucking blazed out of my goddamn mind. Faded. I am half in the fucking spirit realm, half 1 foot in fucking reality at this point, right? So he thinks it's a good idea to phone an ambulance, and he's got the ambulance tech on the phone, and we're all trying to be supportive. You know, we're all fucked up, but at least we're in the headspace to be like, we know that you're in a much worse situation than us. You're about to go to the fucking nether realm, let alone the fucking spirit realm, okay? So we're trying to be supportive, and like, let's just put the TV on, you know, chill out, calm, get this Brazilian music off, because it's giving me PTSD. We put on the TV. He puts the TV off. He's like, no, you're going to try and rob the TV. We're like, what are you talking about? We're going to rob the TV. Been here all night. Then he's getting super paranoid. He's on the phone to the paramedics, you know, and he's talking to them. He says this line specifically. There are people in my house. And obviously, to the outsider looking in, that sounds fucking terrible. Even though we're all friends in the situation, we're all chilling. And then, this guy decides to, they say, the people inside your house, do they mean you any harm? And we're all like, no. No, we fucking don't. And he's like, I think they might be trying to rob me. Calm down. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Everything's okay. He was tripping at fucking balls, right, at this point. And at that point, right, I know this is going to make me sound like the shitty friend, and I am. I'm happy to say that. I was too damn fucked up to be dealing with this situation. I was slowly sinking into the depths of my own mind myself. I lived about 7 doors down. I was like, oh, sorry, boys, I gotta go, right? 1, not trying to get arrested, even though I didn't try and rob anything. 2, I just gotta go. I'm too fucked up to deal with this situation. I can't. I live 7 doors away. I was considering calling a fucking Uber, okay? Instead, I basically shuffled my feet all the way down the road. It took me like fucking 10-15 minutes to get home. 7 doors away. I wish I was exaggerating, but honestly at that time, maybe I am. But it felt like it was that fucking long. This is where my rendition of the story fades. I can tell you my experience, and then the story that I got afterwards is from the guys. So I'll tell you exactly what they said after this. I get my ass home, I fucking get into bed, and I have never experienced sleep like it. Sweating bullets, fucking paranoid, tossing and turning, thirsty as fuck. I honestly felt like my skin was rooting into the bed, and at one point I honestly felt like I was third person Sims POV looking over the bed, watching myself attempt to get to sleep. I was out of my fucking mind. I have no idea. It was a horrible experience. Harrowing. Honestly, some shit that I would never want to fucking experience again as long as I live. That might sound good to some of you motherfuckers. I'm just saying, it was not fun. 10 out of 10, do not recommend doing this shit. And to this day, I don't even know what the fuck they got sold from that random guy. But whatever it was, weed ain't doing that shit to you, I'll tell you now. And I'll fucking get to that in a minute. These guys are still helping my friend out. The ambulance comes. It turns out to be a guy that we knew as a kid. Hadn't seen this motherfucker in years. Turns out he was an ambulance tech. Swear to God, he walks in. Let's call him Jeremy. Jeremy walks in and goes, "You're right, Luigi. Everything's okay. You're just fucking passing out because you've had like half of a fucking brownie cake, you nutcase. You're okay, right? Don't worry. You just need some water and to chill out." How wrong you were, Jeremy. I'm sorry. I've just got to say it right now. This is how I got told this story. I went home. I went to bed. I was super fucked up. I also didn't mention, I could not even get up for work in the morning. I went to bed at 2 a.m. to get up for work at 8 a.m. The only thing that I could do is get up for work at 8 a.m. to tell them I'd be sick. On the first day of my new fucking job, I thought I was cooked. I thought that was it. That job is over. Luckily, the manager liked me when I got there, but fuck me, that was an awkward phone call to make. While still out of my fucking mind 6 hours later. I thought, God, if I get pulled over, I'm fucked. I am tripping. I don't know what the fuck is going on. So I called, made the phone call, went back to bed. I woke up at 8 p.m. Work that shit out. That is damn near fucking what? Like 18 hours of sleep because of this just stupid little brownie. Fuck all. Nothing. But look, David killed Goliath with a stone. Oh, that's all I'm saying. Might look like a little harmless brownie. That ain't no harmless brownie. That is getting your ass fucked up. So anyway, I go around and see the guys afterwards and I say they need to revoke your fucking chef license. They need to take the aprons away and burn them. There's no chance I'm letting either of you cook for me ever again. I missed the first day at my new job, you pair of fucking clowns. They said, oh yeah, after you left, did you hear it? I'm inside, like a street away, almost, with all my windows shut. What the fuck do you mean? Did I hear it? They goes, oh, well after the ambulance came, another ambulance came later, and Luigi was running through the street screaming. Honestly, the way that they mimicked the script, it sounded like a hunter from fucking Left 4 Dead. Right, that is the only way I can describe it. At the top of his lungs. They grabbed him, they carted him into an ambulance, and they sorted him out and had to take him off to the hospital. It's also worth mentioning at this point that when he got dragged into the ambulance, my two friends, as blazed as they were, one paramedic turned to another and said, God, I didn't know weed could do that to you. So evidently it fucking wasn't. One of the worst things to hear from a paramedic ever. Oh, I didn't know that could happen. What the fuck is that? He was fine, it turns out. He just needed to get it out of his fucking system. But the boys had to clean. They cleaned the house up, whatever, as best they could. They went home. Actually, they didn't just go home. They disposed of a cake in a field bin. There's some mice out there that found that cake that are having the fucking time of their... Well, not the time of their life. They are having a terrible fucking time. They got home together. They said they honestly were struggling. They were both like holding each other, shuffling up the street. Wojak and Cossack struggling. And the rest is history. That was the worst night of my life, as far as it goes for trying new shit. Absolutely fucking terrible. Never, boys, never. Don't try this shit at home. It's fucking stupid. Don't be the macho man and say this edible ain't shit, because it's never going to end in your favor. Nobody cares how macho you are. You just end up fucking yourself up. That's the moral of the story for me. Also, don't trust your friends too much. Because I did. And look at how that experience... I almost lost my job because of these fucking clowns. I have no idea what I took. I just got fucked up. I would also like to mention, Luigi's parents were out of town, and Luigi's parents came back to town. Luigi's dad came in and was concerned at who had been over to their house, because he found the chips that I'd made, the fries that I'd made. He looked at the chips, looked at his son, and goes, "Who the fuck's been here?" They're just a couple of friends. He was like, "That's not true. These chips are way too good to have ever been made by a man. A fucking woman's been here. Who is the woman?" McDonald's, Burger King, you want the fucking recipe? In fact, no, these are some Michelin star fucking fries. That's all I'm saying, right? Boys, thank you for the love and support on the last video. That was crazy. Like 12k views. Most views I've ever had on a video. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this fucking stupid story. Please, it's not impressive. It's not a good idea. Don't fuck with this shit. Brazilian music never hit the same. It does bring back terrible memories. But, you know, don't let your fucking ego get ahead of you. I know I advise against it, but I know some of you fucking idiots still will. I'm an idiot too. Just take it from an idiot to an idiot. Do it the right way, at least. You know what I mean? Or just don't do it at all. Terrible. The consequences could have been way worse. And luckily, we're all okay, and we live to tell the tale. Our next video that's coming, by the way, is a half-saw video, and there's two, and I want to make something in between. So if you have a suggestion, let me know. There's a couple of IRL ideas I've got too. We're cooking, alright? From me again, you have a beautiful day.